personally, as a designer, I wanted to design the Trans Am because I wanted to design something that people wanted but wasn't around anymore. You know, it brings something back to the classic. And so for myself, the interest was just that. I get to design something that people want that's got history, but it doesn't have a modern presence right now, and so that was just an opportunity. And then the owner of the company, he's Trans Am to the core. He's the biggest fan. He's won Trans Am Nationals with classic cars, and so he wanted it. He contacted me. We worked together to bring the car back, and it's really just been about the passion to bring the car back, and to make it not what we thought Pontiac would have done, but what we thought Trans Am fans would want, because we're not limited by OEM walls. We don't have any borders, so we didn't compromise.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, there's no compromise, and not for nothing, looks better than a few of the Camaros that I've seen coming out, and it's just the attention to detail, and you can tell this is done by somebody who's a fan of Trans Am. You know, you keep it, you know, you give it a modern touch to something, you know, but still keep the classic look and the classic feel to it. I mean, going in from the two-tone interior, just the attention to everything, man. You can tell it's like a true passion project.
We're fanboys.
Yeah.
That's where it came from, and the fit and finish is everything to us. So, you know, this is a drag car, and this car specifically is designed just to destroy everything. I mean, it's 1,100 horsepower, and you know, we had to tune it down, making so much torque that we had to bring it down to 1,050 torque so that it would not break and get traction. And it's still a streetable car. The suspension's street suspension. It's not on coilovers. It hooks really well, and it should be an 8-second car. We'll know a week after the show.
Okay.
And so this car is, although it's purpose-built, the owner of this car will be driving it on the street.
Okay.
It's not an unusable car. Full interior is how it's going down the track. And then the rest of the cars are 1,000 horsepower. But they're, you know, this is 11 to the wheel.
Okay.
And these are like 960 to the wheel.
All right.
And so on a pump gas motor, you're making, you know, over 1,000 to the crank. We don't really like to play around at the crank. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Not in the world that I live in.
Yeah.
They care about what's at the wheel. And so true power, you know, in this car is 1,000.
Yeah, so like you said, it hooks well. You know, that's one of the things that we always love, like with Pontiac and Chevys, that keeping that hook, keeping not the wheel spinning like kind of like Ford likes to do.
Well, I think that, you know, I had a '79. That was my first car, and it spun tires pretty. You know, it was, and these things you can get out of control, like in a hurry, and you can end up in a ditch or something like that. But General Motors has really good traction control, and that's one of the things. If you look at drag races between like a modern Hellcat and say SS or a 1LE, you'll see a factory 1LE car pull 3 cars on a Hellcat on the drag strip, unless the Challenger has put slicks on the car.
Yeah.
Because, you know, General Motors doesn't design cars to drift. They design cars to go straight. So when we wanted to drift the car, we got a drift driver in there, and his whole thing was these cars are actually designed to correct back to straight. They're not designed to hang it out. So you have to drive it differently. And so General Motors did a good job with that before we even got our hands on the Camaro chassis. And then, you know, it is difficult to make 1,000 horsepower, and that traction control, first of all, things break when you have traction control on at 1,000 horsepower. Drive shafts half shafts, things break. And so that's one challenge. And then the tuning of the car is everything. So direct injection is not, we're sort of in uncharted territory. It's a big block. It's the first big block direct injected motor period.
Yeah.
There isn't one. We made it. And so now we're in a situation where fueling is a big issue. How do we get enough fuel to feed 455 cubic inches of motor at 1,000 horsepower and be able to warranty that?
Yeah.
Right? Which is why we went with rotating assembly that just couldn't be broken. So we're limiting the car to 7,400, but it's a 9,500 rotating assembly.
Okay.
Right? So now you're 2,000 RPM below the threshold of the motor, and that's the red line by design. So you could always exceed that a little. We're well below that. So it's super solid groundwork.
Yeah.
Now we have to get fuel to it. That's been the biggest thing. It took us a month to figure out the rotating assembly and a year to figure out the fueling. And so, this car is running on it has a methanol injection system to make 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not regular pump gas.
No, but pump gas cars do make 1,000 horsepower. It's just, why not put meth in it? And just see where you get. And we'll run this on both tunes and we'll get times for both. But it's going to be a sub 9-second car no matter what.
So to get, do you guys have like a couple like in stock that if somebody wants it, they're ready to go, or built to order?
All built to order.
Nice.
And so right now we have almost 100 chassis.
Okay.
And everybody that buys a car today or tomorrow or throughout this show will be waiting in line. And so you can build 100 a year, have 100 at the shop, right? So, we are working on improving that and increasing production, but that's even Elon Musk has that challenge right now, right? Like I built a car that's in demand, now I just have to match that demand.
Yeah, it's funny because when you start talking about startups, I mean the troubles that Tesla's had coming out. And I'm pretty sure you heard of Elio. People even have like something crazy. They had like $60,000, $65,000 because of orders that people want, but just to get it off the ground, it's not easy.
Right. And then this is a boutique car, right?
Yeah.
So we want everybody to have a car that's unique, and not that you'll ever come across another car just randomly in traffic, but I don't even know if we want that.
Yeah.
I do know that for us to make sure that the cars are one-offs to every customer, we're not going to say, well, someone else has that combination, you can't have that.
Yeah.
But we are going to say, we suggest that you go with this color combination, and we also try to give everybody a pedigree. So these are all customers' cars.
Yeah.
And every car has an opportunity to go to a show and get a pedigree and be in the media and things like that. And then whenever the resale value of that vehicle is assessed, the car is in demand. Everybody has to wait.
Yeah.
So if you want one today, customer contacts us, says, hey, I've loved my car, I want to sell it. Okay, cool. I have a guy that wants one today. These cars almost always have less than 10,000 miles after 2 years because they're so taken care of.
Yeah.
And so you're still getting a new car, and we just hook a customer up with a buyer. The resale value is always plus investment, so you're always in the black, no matter what.
Yeah,
that's by design for us.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's one of those things where people buy it, they love it, life happens sometimes, maybe they gotta get rid of it, with a heavy heart. But, if you custom order to build it, you're gonna baby it. And the next person knows, okay, maybe I don't want to wait until I get another one built. I like this one, this is the way I want it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
And even then, we can bring it back, change the colors for the new customer that is buying it from a current customer. And so we've designed depreciation out. There is I haven't seen anything but a minimum of plus 20 on every resale. So I've seen plus 80, plus 100 sometimes. And designing the depreciation out is one of the things that makes our company, I think, special compared to everybody else. So we're not trying to create this manufacturing facility that inventories dealerships. We're trying to create a company that not only gives the cars to the fans, but like you said, when you sell with a heavy heart, you don't want to also feel like you got hit hard in the wallet. So I feel really bad that I had to sell this, but I made $20,000.
Exactly.
And so then for the customer that's buying it, there's still that room, even then, for them to be in that scenario because the cars are in demand.
Very cool. Man, it's been a pleasure, and I can't say more than like wow than what you've done here, because it's been amazing.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to your future builds. Really cool stuff.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Alright guys, going back live again. We're continuing with the V-dubs, because I did not show you the Atlas Crossport. It's their new concept car. Volkswagen is definitely stepping up their game. I like the LED front grille. The LED emblem is a nice touch. Volkswagen really is stepping up after that misstep that they had with the diesel. A lot of people seem to be really pissed off about that, but that's one of those things that people have short memories about. So that being as it is a concept, I doubt we're going to see that as a production line in this kind of way. Probably won't get the wheels as big. The side view mirrors are actually pretty decent size, so that probably might stay the same if they roll this out. The trim probably might be dialed down a bit. That's usually what happens with from concept to production. One thing I always wonder why Volkswagen never came out with the Amarok in the United States, but here they have an Atlas pickup truck. The Tanok. Again, the all-around LEDs is a nice touch. The LED logo is a nice touch. Not sure if this is built off the Amarok chassis or it's its own thing. Looks like it's its own thing. I really do like the side flare lights. That's pretty cool. The hideaway back door handles. It's a nice touch. If this is a concept, you'll think you get that in production. Very cool. So once again, guys, I am running on my LTE mobile, so the streams will be coming in and out. I apologize for that. The Wi-Fi here is not that good. Again, it's part of the Mevo Test, and that's one thing I'm learning about Mevo. Dedicated Wi-Fi, or if you're in a spot where you have your own, where you have an LTE network, where there's not much people using their cell phones. Again, we are in the auto show, so everybody's sucking up each other's bandwidth. So let's keep her moving.
If it's on the left. Right.
Again, guys, if you come to the auto show, you could actually race the GTI and not worry about crashing it. I did it. It was actually pretty fun. let's keep her moving. And this is here. If you missed it last time, the Camaro ZL1, just a gorgeous vehicle. The white on black is a nice touch. The orange Camaro is the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels. I think Hot Wheels is one of those things that will never go away. I play with Hot Wheels, my brother played with Hot Wheels, my nephew played with Hot Wheels. Now they should give me the Hot Wheels car. And again, of course, the Corvette ZR1. Really, really, really just an amazing piece of machinery. I cannot love that attention to detail. Gorgeous. That's the name of the camera is by live stream. It's called Mevo. I could stay here watching this car all day, but I don't have all day, guys, and we're gonna keep moving it along.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Do you have any information on the Camaro and the Corvette?
So we don't have any press kits with us this year, but everything that you would need is on the website. There's also contact info for each vehicle, so if you have more questions, you can just reach out with us.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I grew up driving Chevys too.
A lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So a little behind the scenes info for you as I'm going around checking out all these cars, all these other photogs, and even people who work in the auto industry are looking at my Mevo. They're fascinated on what the Mevo can do. So right now, I can't be that much in front of the Mevo because I am on a 13% battery. I actually have my charger connected to the boost and it's actually giving it a steady boost. So as my phone was dying down, I did go onto the boost of the Mevo, and it's actually keeping a steady charge. So it's hard for a one-man band like me who's doing it right now, but it's a little bit easier, you know, if I have a producer that's in the background doing all the technical stuff while I'm on here. So right now I'm against the Colorado. It's the ZR2 edition. This actually won, I believe, the four-wheeler of the year, the pickup version. This is actually a diesel that I'm next to. So it should be a pretty nice little boost on it. So here at the auto show, it's again, we're at the press day. All we have is only different types of press corps that came in these days. Tomorrow starts the actual event for the public, and it gets a little bit more crowded. So we were at the Volkswagen section, then we crossed back to the Chevy. You guys again saw from over here. You see the Colorado, the Camaro, the ZL1 edition, and the ZR1 Corvettes. What they're featuring over here. We'll go to Dodge right now. Last year they had the Demon, which I'm pretty sure they brought back again this year. So we'll see a bit of the Hellcats and a couple of other SRT rides. So before my phone dies out a little bit, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go back behind the camera. And periodically I'll come back and forth when I see that my charge goes a little bit better. All right, so we're connected again. Just that little part being out of charge. I went from 13% down to 8%. So my streaming will be a little bit intermittent, just for the fact that again, I'm on LTE mode. I do get prompts saying that the connection is a little bit slow. When I did try it on Facebook for a little bit, I did have the option of going down to 420 or 360. I put it down 420. I do not know if those settings stay that way or it reconnects every time I start up the Mevo again. What I also do not know is if this has that setting. Right now I just got a prompt, so that's one thing I just noticed again. I'll get a prompt in connecting the USB because it's trying to read files from my phone, but I'm not connected to that, connecting it as a charger. So I will probably you'll probably see a hit that way, but it's no big deal because it just came back on streaming. So again, here's the Dodge Demon. This was what they debuted last year here. This is just, Dodge really stepped up the game, and of course this gave them a lot of press last year. So again, I'm doing a dual purpose mode of being here in the auto show. One, so we could see what the cars are coming out of this year. And two, we're testing out new equipment. What I'm using right now is the Mevo again. It's camera by live stream. Let me know what you guys think. Does anybody out there else have a Mevo themselves? Do they like it? Do they hate it? What do they wish would be better about it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? So far, connecting LTE and stuff, it's a little laggy, if you don't have your dedicated cell service, maybe Ethernet port, but over here I don't have an Ethernet, especially that I'm walking around a convention center. I don't have a dedicated Wi-Fi. I don't think they will be working out that kind of way. So, going again to the cars, we're at the Dodge section. This is the Durango SRT. Even SRT. Let's challenge your Hellcat. Nice gray outside, two-tone inside. Nice brick and black. So over there, they're bringing in the Daytona.
They're nice too. They're nice.
So again, just rolling around again. Haven't even been to the other side of the convention center. That's what we'll be doing right now as we're streaming in. Just took a couple of look at the Chevy trucks. Silverado, Equinox. Tahoe. Great truck, but I don't know where you're going to park this in the city. You can buy it and turn it into your nice little Manhattan studio. It's about the size of that. You got the Kias over here. Again, I'm loving how light and easy it is to move this Mevo. I do really like that. Here they got up featuring Kia K900. A nice looking sedan. They are AWD, so it's good for snowy season, rainy season. Not too in love with that grill. I'll be honest about that. I do like the lights. Let's see if we could get in a little bit closer here. So the grill is not my favorite. The lights are pretty cool. Big four-door sedan. See if they had the Stinger here. I did like that when I saw it out in on the road. It is a little pricey. So there we got people enjoying some George Thorogood in the Stinger. So Stinger does come in 5 different trims. The highest trim was in the $50,000 range. So it ranges down from the 30s to the 50s. I know for a lot of you like 50s for Kia, but it's actually not a bad vehicle looking. I'm not too sure how it's doing on all the forums. What are people actually saying about it? But the first impression is a nice first impression. Again, you got different packages. I'm not sure you can get it like this from factory. The rims actually do say Kia. That's pretty cool. So again, you know, you see this coming down the road, you'll be surprised, you know, when it passes you, and then you see the little Kia logo in the background. Stand by, people. So now we're at the Honda section. Never been a huge Honda fan, so I'm not just bypassing it, but they do come out with some nice reliable vehicles. Not my particular taste, but I do appreciate good craftsmanship in the car, and Honda does do good craftsmanship. Civics I wasn't never a huge fan of, but they are doing a lot better, nicer. As you see, the SI is nice. Honda Sports, Civic Sports. Toyota is another company I'm not huge on, but again, a lot of people love the reliability of a Toyota. They are, you could drive them until the wheels fall off, basically. But they just never stylistically called attention to me. Of course, unless you're talking about the Supras. You got the Toyota lady. Audi always puts up a great display here at the New York International Auto Show. So we'll take a little bit more of an in-depth look at Audi, what they are bringing it to the table. You got the A4. Coming up next is the A5. Let's flip you over. The S3. The TTRS. And I know a lot of you are yelling, stop looking at the TT, you got an R8 right next to it. We're coming to it, we're coming to it, relax. Yep, that is Iron Man's vehicle. Volvos. Again, Volvos are not my particular cup of tea, but they are pretty nice vehicles. They have been stylistically getting better and better, you know, compared to what Volvos used to be, what people used to just call them boxes. You know, just a really good box. Cadillacs. So let's see what they're featuring right now in the Cadillac division. You got a CT6. And over here is the CT6, the V Sport edition. What do you guys think of that? Should I just walk up those steps and gone in 60 seconds this vehicle? We're on the 3rd floor. There is nowhere to go. Again, jokes, just jokes. little dip down off the pedestal. Let's go back a little bit this way. We'll come around again to the Alfa Romeos. I want to see what does Caddy have in their media information. Learn a little bit more of this CT6 V Sport. Acura. Acura's pretty good. Acura is another one of those companies that's nice. I actually like the look of Acuras, but not a huge fan of theirs. But unless you're talking about this. Pure carbon fiber body. This is the NSX GT3. It's really nice. Its biggest enemy is a New York City pothole. Lincoln. Alright guys, so I'll be signing off for a little while. Anything comes up for attention, I'll come back on and we'll resume a bit of a stream. Alright guys, talk to you soon. Alright, welcome back. We're on the Fords now. The video looks a little buffery or laggy. I had a down converted because I'm on LTE. The Wi-Fi network here isn't all that great. And of course, the GT. wheel is very light and easy to handle. It sticks in a dolly. It's actually pretty smooth. I'm going to make the beeline to the ZR1 because it's a ZR1. Let's just get a little bit of it out. What else is showcasing? That's the Traverse. That is really nice. Now you're looking at the Colorado ZR2. Won four-wheeler of the year. Very nice.
We have a red one up here, a white one. Yeah. Oh,
No. This is the Mevo camera. It's streamer camera, so you could record on there or stream at the same time. Okay. Yeah. So, it's one, and then this is the boost. That's an extra battery, and also you could put the dedicated Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Yeah. You put it out to the web. You can use it for interviews. It has face following, so like, even if I want to get in front of the camera and walk around, it'll follow me, and then yeah, it's a nifty little.
What's that system called?
It's called the Mevo. Yeah, MEVO. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So you guys heard, as I'm enjoying their cars and enjoying my camera. That's one of the fun things I like about auto show. Everybody loves cars, everybody loves technology. What do you guys think of this coming over this way, Hot Wheels Edition Camaro. Let's go back to the CL1. This is a newly designed Nissan Altima. Sorry for the quality, guys. Coming out my LTE. So if I'm running with the Mevo, you need a dedicated Wi-Fi. So I'll just be rolling along, show you some of the new vehicles. So right now we're at Nissan. Why would you want to see all these boring cars when they do have a GTR here? guys, Nissan GTR. Give you a little panoramic view on it. Smaller rotors. Brakes. Black on black.